Excuse me when I say this, the bar isn't set particularly high, so let's not lower it even more. So in this video I wanted to talk about vocal improvement and Sserafim. Truthfully, Sserafim is not my favorite group to discuss. Not because I don't like the group, quite the opposite actually. I am always looking forward to their comebacks, and I believe the girls to have some of the best stage presence in the industry. But you know, since singing is the bread and butter of my channel, so rarely I get to say something good about the group. Yikes, I know. But is that about to change? It's no secret that Sserafim's vocal reputation has been damaged on several occasions. Their notoriously questionable, borderline embarrassing encore stages over the years, with a quite disastrous vocal performance during Coachella on top of them, is more than enough. More shame than one group can handle. All these fiascos, if you will, have caused the members a lot of controversy, criticism, along with, in typical K-pop stan fashion, ugly hate and bullying. Although many people found amusement in mercilessly making fun of the group's vocals, at the same time, fans hoped for a day when Sserafim comes back with vocals better than ever and prove everyone who has ever doubted them wrong. And while I personally have also been rooting for an eventual vocal improvement, I am mostly still yet to have my moment of genuine relief with Sserafim. I think you see where I'm going with this. Oh well, let's explore. A few months after Coachella, the group came back with all the girls girling.
Act like an angel and dress like crazy.
Da 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 da. According to my memory, I remember that a lot of fear nuts used this comeback as an example of a long-awaited vocal improvement. Right off the bat, I did kinda appreciate the optimism and good intentions, but I simply could not agree. Even though, believe me, I wanted to. While songs like Anti-Fragile, Unforgiven, or Smart truly had some potentially challenging parts,
but I write so that we want me now.
Crazy was an unbelievably safe choice from a vocal perspective.
Like crazy. Yeah.
Built around mostly talk singing, simple melodies, comfortable range, the members couldn't possibly fail. Crazy might have been a smart choice at that point in time, especially after all the singing controversies that the group had faced before, but it was not a solid proof of an improvement that many hoped for. Now, when it comes to Hot, to be fair, that is a more vocally driven song. However, it presents a rather familiar, somewhat safe approach, with Yunjin and Chaewon doing most of the work. Kazuha actually given something to work with, not so much yunjin, and Sakura's lines kept to an absolute minimum, less than 8 seconds to be precise. The encore stage, I know some of you really wanted me to talk about it, though not horrendous, was not exactly a walk in the park either. Yes, there were some stronger moments, I'll get to that later, but in general the encore wasn't free of vocal shortcomings that we've heard before. It gives out the drunk karaoke night a little bit, but it is a plus that the encore stage was not a complete disaster. However, celebrating it as the triumph that we waited for so long just doesn't sit right with me. Excuse me when I say this, the bar isn't set particularly high, so let's not lower it even more. It is clear that hopeful fans want to see Sserafim win and believe in their ability to improve. That's great, but the harsh truth, however, is that vocal improvement not only doesn't happen overnight, but it also doesn't happen when fans want it to happen. It's not up to fans who are willing to convince themselves and everyone else around them to decide that, yes, finally an improvement, just when we needed it the most. What ignites improvement is change, and change requires time and work. Realistically, from a vocal perspective, I don't think that much has changed in Sserafim. Yunjin is a classically trained vocalist whose skill set doesn't translate to pop music well. Chaewon is a decent idol vocalist for industry standards, but that's mostly about it. Eunchae is a deeply underdeveloped vocalist, and so is Sakura, who also sings a couple seconds per song. On the bright side, because there is one. If we are discussing vocal improvement and Sserafim, then we have to give Kazuha her flowers. Absolutely. Kazuha has definitely started to flourish as a vocalist recently. It seems like she's found her sweet spot in a softer, more delicate delivery, which works great for her, rather than belting for no good reason. Kazuha shines in the use of soft mid-range and sweet, airy falsetto.
여전히 난 뭔가 찾겠대. Don't you feel we all lost something? 꿈이라면 금향기 가득한 room까지 문득 들려볼래. 미칠 수 있다는 건 부러운 건 Cause you're in love.
As you can hear, she can use some nice light vibrato. Also, her intonation improved significantly, a positive change that came in super handy during the group's latest encore stage.
못하는 널 No one is here, so don't be afraid.
Having an extremely short training period before debuting, it's wonderful to see Kazuha continue developing as a vocalist and finding her own new strengths. Let's hope the company will be able to make the most out of what she can offer in a smart and healthy way. And also that Kazuha herself will continue to grow more and more, because she can do it. If I, for some reason, somehow had the power to send one K-pop group on a good singing course, I would choose Sserafim any day. Because the members need it? Well, yes, but more so because I would love the members to improve their vocals for real, all of them, and not just slightly. I mean an actual improvement, one that would be impossible to overlook. It just hits you in the face. Because right now, I cannot think of any other recent group that has gone through as much shit for their singing as Sserafim has. That is exactly why a significant vocal improvement would feel especially powerful and meaningful for them. Imagine how sick that would be if Sserafim performed at an awards show and Sakura, out of all the members, had a little a cappella moment. No backing track, right on pitch, calm confidence in her eyes, and made it look so easy. Or the performance would start with each member singing a small part a cappella the same way, and then big show, amazing stage presence like we're used to getting from them. What a vision. What a dream. That would be a redemption arc, and I truly want them to have that. At the moment, I cannot sit back and tell you, well, yes, they did it. They are great at singing now, and mix move over. No, but I will stay hopeful and curious. And yes, I do encourage you to do the same. That is all I have for you guys in this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please let me know what you think about all of this. I will see you in the next one. For now, bye guys.